week. This was a couple of days ago. And these were his answers to some questions. First, how did his family react to this decision at 44 years old to try and give it another go?
They've been very supportive. I think my younger children are most excited. I shouldn't say most excited. They're excited because they don't remember Dad playing. My 6-year-old actually asked me like 4 months ago, like, Dad, why don't you play anymore? And I'm like, hon, I'm sorry. Best you're going to get is me coaching on the sideline, because they were seeing, highlight, or they're pulling up some, old games. My boys are fired up, obviously, but I think share the same sentiment. A little nervous, like, Dad, do you think you can do it? And then my older girls are real excited because they're a little bit confused. They're like, shoot, I was 12. Some of them, now all of a sudden they're grown adults, married, and they remember 16 years old going to the ball game. So it's been a whirlwind of 48 hours, I'll say.
Not only is Philip Rivers older than 12 active NFL head coaches at the age of 44, he's also a Hall of Fame semifinalist. And if Rivers is activated, right, if he goes from the practice squad to the active roster, that Hall of Fame candidacy clock resets for 5 more years. Did that weigh on his decision at all?
Yeah, the Chargers deal in the summer was special and emotional. Shoot, they surprised me with those linemen coming down there, and again, that was the intent. I mean, again, I've not given any thought of actually, playing again, and until about 48 hours ago, to be honest with you. So, but it seemed like this wasn't just any place or any coach. Or it wasn't, it's not like, oh, shoot, I hope see what happens in the league and I'll see if I can get ready. It wasn't that. And, you mentioned the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's been it's a real honor to be mentioned with those other 25 guys, certainly. But, that's just not, I'm not holding my breath on that. And I hadn't been counting down the years. I mean, and with all respect to the Hall and if one day I can be a part of that group, it will be special. No question about it. But the extension of that time, if that comes to be, was not a factor in my thinking.
So the Hall might have to wait. That point he was talking about at the beginning of the soundbite, forgot to mention. Philip Rivers signed a 1-day contract and retired as a Charger. And now he has, unretired to sign with the Indianapolis Colts practice squad. So veering into lighthearted territory in this press conference, partially tongue-in-cheek, Rivers was asked, "What's your weight at the moment? What's your playing weight at the moment?"
Right this second, I'm not sure, Greg. How about that? That's an honest answer.
He's a good sport, Philip Rivers. He would circle back and follow up on it a few moments later.
And I will answer your question a little better on the playing weight, Greg. And not what it was when I walked off the field in Buffalo. All right.